Welcome back to another episode of the 5-Star Talk podcast with JayBee and Milly.
Hi!
So, we have a very special video for you guys today. Obviously, we missed last week, but that's because so much has gone on. So, we hit 200 subscribers, which was kind of the main reason why we want to really push this podcast episode out, because it's a part of our specials. I think a lot of the specials will be dropped today. We've got an amazing island tour to celebrate this as well. We revisit Scurvy's Island, where we play this awesome board game. So, please don't miss that.
It was incredible. Check it out, seriously.
So, this is amazing. So, yeah, we've got a very special video at the end of this. It's going to be a Q&A. But I guess to kick things off, we're just going to bring out a new topic. And that's Mario Kart Live Home Circuit and its relationship to the future Mario Kart 9. So what I want to talk about is how it will change Mario Kart 9.
I mean, I think that's a really kind of interesting thing to think about, because I feel like, you know, when we got Mario Kart for the Switch, it was very much just samey from the Wii. There wasn't much different from, you know, the first Mario Kart 8 all the way through the Wii U and the Deluxe. This is the first time they've really kind of jazzed it up a bit. Yeah. So I feel like for 9 they are going to have to finally pull something new out of the bag a bit.
Or at least, I think it's a great indication of what's to come next, because I almost feel like, if you think about the Wii and the Switch, it is so different, and in the middle of that, the kind of missing link was the Wii U, and it didn't sell very well, but it is like, what, you know, the natural progression. Like, you think about the Wii, the next step from that is having it on a separate pad that's portable but it's got a screen. That then evolves to the Switch. So if you think about Mario Kart 8 a bit like the Wii, in that this is what we have now, and whilst Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, I don't think in any way that could be considered a Mario Kart 9 or even an 8.5 in terms of how different it is, but I definitely think it might be the bridge that ties 8 and 9 together. So
I mean, they've been holding on to 8 for a bit too long now, because they had 8 for the Wii, they remade it for the Wii U, they remade it again for the Switch, and they've done something else and they've still not got to 9, and it's kind of like, come on, we want to see this now. I mean, when do you think we'd be looking at for Mario Kart 9?
See, a lot of people say that they won't do one until Mario Kart 8 sales slow down, because it will undermine the sales of that, but I think that's kind of a bad argument, because if something sells really well, it will continue to sell well depending on how they market things. Like, they don't, like, if a movie comes out and does extremely well, they don't go, oh well, let's wait until people don't like it anymore until we release the sequel.
See, this is the thing, is like, it's not people are like, I want to buy Mario Kart 8. People are like, I want Mario Kart. It's never specified which one. Mario Kart in itself's just a really kind of associated brand, and it's just that 8 is the most recent one. Once the sales from that slow down, I feel like that's when people are actually forgetting about Mario Kart, because it is just, you know, you like Mario, you like racing, you get that game. I don't think it's specific to...
No, exactly, and maybe if they were worried about that, they shouldn't call it Mario Kart 9. Like, the people want it to be called Mario Kart Nintendo, or just Nintendo Kart, or something like that, like Mario Kart something, which I think will be cool. Maybe Mario Kart Ultimate, a lot of people are saying, but I don't know, I think that Mario Kart will be going to different places. Maybe, like, I'm not saying Mario Kart 9 will come out and it'll be like cheaper versions of Home Circuit, like you get little carts and they can whiz about a set amount of fields, like a little, like, courses. But I think a lot of what we're seeing in Mario Kart Home Circuit can be translated to Mario Kart 9. For example, customizable outfits, I think they're going to be like 100% confirmed for Mario Kart 9, or whatever that equivalent is. Because I think a lot of the Mario Kart outfits that you can get for Mario and Luigi are from Odyssey. So you can get, like, the Sunshine outfit, you can get the Builder outfit, the kind of cowboy outfit, and it'd be cool if you could kind of see that all across the board. For example, let me think about a prime example. So Yoshi, obviously for now we've kind of got a hint of that, like you can customize it from the green version to the
Yeah.
purple version to the red version. But if you think about the amount of looks that Peach has, like there's Peach in Mario Kart, there's the Home Circuit Peach, like,
But do you think that'll discredit amiibos because scanning them in's how you can get different outfits and things?
but I think that's for the Mii's, which will still be a thing. You can't get like a different look for the same character, I guess. Because there's that wedding dress Peach that even if you buy the wedding dress Peach
You still just get
amiibo,
standard Peach.
yeah. So I don't know what else they could do because obviously Mario and Luigi have had like the most wardrobe changes. If anything, they actually didn't really give Luigi any different ones. They just gave them what Mario had originally in Odyssey.
Yeah.
But or even set clothes. So if you could imagine Donkey Kong in a Mario hat or different mix and match, like Link dressed as Mario.
Okay, I also have another question for you in regards to Mario Kart 9. So on the Wii we got Mario Kart 8. On the Wii U we got Mario Kart, what was that?
So on the Wii it was just Mario Kart Wii. And on the Wii U, it was Mario Kart 8.
Okay.
And so for Mario Kart on the Switch, it was basically an enhanced port of Mario Kart 8, which is
See,
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
This was going to be my question. For each of those systems, we only had one Mario game. But for the Switch, we've already had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart Home Circuit. Do you think they would also bring Mario Kart 9 to the Switch? Or do you think they'll be waiting until we get another console from them?
See, that's the thing.
Because they've already given us 2 games, whereas normally they'd only do 1.
But have they given us a full-fledged Mario Kart game that's original? You could argue,
Circuit.
you could argue yes, because not only is there a lot of things added into 8 Deluxe, but they didn't build it from the ground up with the vision of this is going to be a next level Switch game. They built that main part originally like this is a Wii U game, and because the Wii U didn't do that well, it's like, okay, well, we put all this work into giving you a Mario Kart game for the Wii U that no one bought, so to save time, we may as well just port it over to the Switch. Like, they haven't taken a look at a mainline Mario Kart game and thought, we're going to make this for the Switch, and just for the Switch, so I kind of feel that it would be a shame to not see what a Switch version of a main Mario Kart game would look like, and because they've got Animal Crossing updates planned for the next 2 years, and that's like Animal Crossing, and I don't think that they would bring out a new console before the Switch was done, and I don't think it's done yet. Like, we're getting so much on the horizons that, you know...
No pun there, that you're using Animal Crossing New Horizons as your example.
But Mario Kart, like if you think about it, Mario 3D World is coming out in February. There's so much scheduled for that kind of merchandise in terms of Mario Kart 3D All-Stars. You've got the 35th anniversary things dropping near Christmas, you know, those kind of outfits that were advertised. And the sales of so many games are doing so well. And Nintendo have said that they want the Switch to have a long lifespan. They've added in the Switch Lite recently, which is in that family. So I don't think they would say, okay, we're going to build a load of like first-party games exclusively for the Switch and Switch Lite to just abandon it. I think it would be at least 5 years, maybe, until there's a new console.
Do you not think that, and going back to Mario Kart 9, that some people will see Home Circuit as Mario Kart 9?
No, I mean... I think people will see or be worried that Nintendo see it as Mario Kart 9, but I think just for the fact that there's so little options in characters that you can play, it all depends on houses, and I don't think Nintendo believed in this product as much as they'd have liked to, because even though it's not been an issue in the UK, but so many people in our comment section for those videos or on Twitter or on different videos on YouTube have been saying, you know, here's my review of Mario Kart 8 if you want to, or Mario Kart Home Circuit if you want to buy it, but good luck finding it because it's out of stock. Like, this stock issue is a massive thing. Like, we've had comments saying that people can't find it in German, people can't find it in England, like... Yeah, you're laughing now because I was
sorry, it's because you said in German instead of in Germany.
Well, because I was struggling with if I should say people are telling us that they can't find it in the language of German, or people can't find it in Germany, because they'd obviously, well...
It's okay, I'm not judging. At the start of this video, I tried to say hi and hey in one word, and so my intro was a bit bad,
Well,
so it's
hi,
okay. It was just like, hey.
Well, I don't know.
can't bully you.
I assume that if people are saying that they can't find it in the language of German, that they are maybe in Germany. But I guess that's something that I shouldn't really assume. But no, loads of people can't find this, and so that's either because they didn't stock it, like retailers didn't think it would sell, so retailers didn't stock it properly, or Nintendo thought it was going to be niche, so they didn't produce a lot of them, or something. Or, I mean, I could be wrong, and it was so popular that everyone just bought them immediately. But I'm actually not seeing that many people with them compared to with the sales figures that 3D All Stars like reported, or anything like that. So
I mean, I do want to do a separate video where we thoroughly review it, but give me Mario Kart Home Circuit in 3 words.
Mario Kart Home Circuit in 3 words. What does that mean?
Just like first 3 words or like phrases that come to mind when you think of Mario Kart Home Circuit.
Fun.
Okay.
It's lots of fun. Like, it is fun. I would challenge anyone that likes Nintendo to get this cart and the game and to not have a good time with it. I think, and this is another thing that I can't say, innovative. Is that it?
Yeah,
like,
innovative.
Innovative, because I think I've often said that it's a look forward. Like, it might be a shaky start. It might be
the graphics are a bit hazy.
The graphics are hazy. The range is a bit poor, but it's a glimmer of what we're going to get in the future. So definitely from that point of view.
So fun and what
Innovative,
JayBee said.
yeah.
Innovative.
And also unexpected, because I think when people saw that direct of Mario 35th anniversary, they were like, okay, well, the 3D All-Stars was kind of leaked months ago, so we're probably going to get them. We're going to get lots of callbacks to the original Mario game. We might get a few plush cuddlies. We might get whatever, but even Mario Kart 9, I think, was on people's list, but I don't think anyone expected for them to bring out an augmented reality game.
Do you know what? It seemed very kind of spur of the moment thing. Like, within 2 weeks of JayBee telling me it was happening, it had arrived through the post. It wasn't like this big build-up.
Yeah, same with 3D All-Stars. A lot of the things were available very soon. But I agree, and I think what speaks to that is I think this has been on Nintendo's mind for an awful long time. Because I remember getting the 3DS, I think it was for my birthday. Or maybe it was C that got a 3DS first. Well, one of us got a 3DS, but with the console, with the kind of handheld console, you got these little, like, playing cards with them. I think we might still have them.
No.
But they were like question mark blocks, like Mario question mark box. I don't know what I'm saying. But what you could do was
Mystery
you could
box.
go into the 3DS camera, and you could hover over these cards from the camera's perspective, and it would almost be like a QR code. So from those cards, you'd have like a whirlwind and a dragon could appear, or animals could appear, and they would be roaming about your floor. And they could go on your table, and you can access
really
that
cool.
all through the 3DS. But since then, nothing like that came out. There were no augmented reality anything. I mean, there was this one game where you could take a photo of your face, and then use the 3DS to like play Space Invaders blasting your face, which has been made into like a robot, or it looks like Mr. Electric from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It was just your face on a big monitor that you could blast with lasers. But since then, it was so quiet.
This really has been a revolutionary step, because obviously, like, remote control cars have been out for as long as either of us two can remember. But I don't ever think they've been incorporated into a game.
No, never. And I don't think this is the end.
No,
I think obviously there'll be a
not.
revision. I'm predicting that there's going to be crossovers as well. Like, it pains me to say, but I actually think we're going to get Link before we get Peach or any of those other characters.
Don't start me.
No, because Legend of Zelda Anniversary is, I think, next year, and I can just see them like reskinning a Mario or a Luigi, and just having that as in part of like the Zelda Direct, like maybe they'll announce Ocarina of Time remake. They'll announce Hyrule Warrior. Well, they've already got Age of Calamity, but they'll announce some other Zelda things. Hopefully, Spirit Tracks. But they'll announce all of them, and then it might be at the end like an obscurity. And also, for those of you that brought Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, you can now play as Link, and it will announce a little box with Link on it, like with him in his little cart.
Oh, what's similar to the revelation for Minecraft?
Oh yeah!
Steve!
Oh my gosh, yeah!
We
Oh
said
my
Steve
gosh!
was a joke. I'm so sorry. I love that video. It
Yeah.
made me laugh so badly.
Oh gosh, yeah. If you guys are listening to this, even if you don't like Nintendo, there's this YouTuber called Dorko. They used to do, well, I think they still do like Five Nights at Freddy's content. I remember watching them way back in the day. But they have this separate channel called Nindorko, and when Smash Bros. Ultimate announced Steve from Minecraft as the new fighter, their reaction video is so
It's the
funny.
funniest thing I think I've ever seen on YouTube. It was brilliant.
Like, I've watched that so many times
too.
because he just goes completely manic, and you can tell that he just wants to like punch his desk or like start freaking out, and he physically doesn't know what to do with himself.
Screams. So, I mean, back onto the topic of Mario Kart Home Circuit though. I feel one thing that I want to point out about it is just how durable the cart is. Like, we have so many videos on our channel where we've driven this down the stairs, we've thrown it in a room with our pets, we've driven it outside, we also plan to take it out in the rain, drive it on the road, like, you know, feature all that on the channel. And so far it's not broken.
Yeah, and I don't want it to break, but I was worried. Maybe not about the carts, but the camera. But I think they've done such an amazing job making this thing like sturdy, because you'd think it would just break. But apparently, and I heard this on another video, but Nintendo apparently drop test all their stuff anyway before they bring it out. As in, I think they just have some like people climbing the equivalent of a big ladder and just dropping a DS or a Switch or something and seeing if it will survive. So maybe that's a testament to it, but I don't know if the camera's more delicate than the cart. So far it's been fine, but you know.
I mean, moving very subtly over here, this video is our 200 subscriber special, and I think really we do need to attribute some of that to this game, because those durability tests seem to have seen our subscriber count go up quite rapidly. And, you know, with it being that 200 subscriber special, JayBee and I realised on one of our last podcasts that we did with Philo and Cree that we hadn't actually given much away about ourselves, so we decided to do a podcast a couple of weeks ago with JayBee's brother C, where we went into some kind of gaming background, and now we're really gonna like talk about our channel a bit more. So I've prepared 10 questions for JayBee. We're both going to answer them, and JayBee's done the same. So JayBee, my first question for you, or I guess for us, is going to be, what made you decide to start the JayBee channel? Because for those of you that don't know, JayBee did have this channel by himself for about a month before Milly arrived. So what made you start?
Honestly, I actually don't know. Like, I think a part of it was definitely that it was right in the middle of the first lockdown, the quarantine here in the UK, and it was very much I just want to see where this goes, or there's a lot of things that I can do on Mario Kart or funny moments that I just want to capture and just keep forever. Because at that point in time, there's very little in quarantine that you can do to make yourself happy, apart from like kind of go, I don't know, just stay inside and just find as much happy things to do inside. And so if you want to save a bit of that, if you want to look back and think of, okay, this is what made this manageable, this is what made this amazing, then I think I wanted to capture that. Now, I was very nervous at first. Like, if you go back to a very first video on this channel, it's Mario Kart gameplay, but because I was too scared to speak, too scared to say anything, or too scared that I was gonna like get hit with a blue shell and end up effing and jeffing, I just put like royalty-free music over it. But ultimately, I think the end goal was to just record some funny moments, and that was the kind of the heart of it. So I guess if I can ask you that same question, but I guess adjusted, saying, what made you join the channel?
Okay, so JB's always been like into YouTube. He had an account when he was younger, and he used to just lock himself in our bedroom to record podcasts and stuff because he thought I wouldn't get it and that I'd bully him or something. And I was just like, okay, well, you know, let's see what this is about. Let's see what he's been doing, and maybe prove him wrong a little bit that I wasn't going to judge him. And I've loved every minute of it. It's been so good. Like, ultimately, JB does put in all the hard work.
No.
The editing, the tags, the description, it's all him. I'm not going to take credit for that. But I just, you know, participate in doing the videos, and I love doing that with him.
Yeah, but I think the channel wouldn't be the same without you at all. Like you said, I had this channel by myself for about a month. And in that time, it
5
accumulated
subscribers.
about 4 subscribers. I think 5 is being a bit generous, but 4
One was you, one was me, one was my mum, and one was your brother.
yeah, that was like our audience, and I don't even think even they watched it. So we averaged about 2 views a video. The only person liking it was me.
And I mean, it's just incredible to think that now, like, one of our most recent videos has got up to like 1,000 views in 4 days.
It's 7,000 now, like
What?
7,500 views.
How do we have 7,500 views on a video? How do I not know this?
Do you not know it? I thought I told you.
No!
Yeah,
I thought we had like maximum 1,000.
No, 7,500 views on that outside durability test. Do you?
I did not know that.
Oh, oops. Well, I guess now we got the reaction, so I guess you've made 1 Milly very happy. Thank you.
I love you guys.
Oh my gosh. But no, yeah, that's what we're at now, and it's amazing.
So JB, what was your first question?
My first question was, okay, so what old series that we used to do on the channel, for example, Friday Film Fight, the podcast in which you chose a film and I chose a film, and we just kind of verbally battled it out to see what film would come on top, or Spinning Saturday Surprise, or kind of in Animal Crossing game where we span that spinning wheel and allocated mini games for every number, would you like to see revived, and why?
Okay, so I feel like if we were going to bring back one kind of element, and I would actually really, really enjoy doing this, I'd like to bring back Spinning Saturday Surprise, but with a twist. Instead of me challenging you to do these things or you challenging me, I want to do it a bit like this podcast where we get a guest on, say Scurvy, we invite Scurvy over to the island, they spin the spinner, and say if it lands on 2, they have to run around the island and try and find where we've buried that stuff or something. I think I'd revive it, but a bit more interactive with different people.
That's a really good show, because I enjoyed that show a lot. I mean, it was a lot of editing and a lot of work for like, and I guess that's the first thing that kind of fell victim to me, like losing passion initially with like the lower views, because I was actually really proud of them. Like, one of my highlights of the channel remains to be that little jingle I did in the middle of the first episode.
That was so good. I can't believe you full on just like freestyled that. That was so incredible.
But then it just became the fact that I felt like I was forcing them, or because I'd done such a good time that time, I'd try and up the ante, and it just ended up, I don't know, it just didn't end up that good. Especially for the viewership, so, I don't know. And also because our studio, like, this is basically a revamped version of that first Spinning Saturday Surprise studio. But, I don't know, I think if I were to bring one back, honestly, and this is, I don't know if this actually counts, because it wasn't I know it was a series. It would be Mario Mashup Monday.
Ooh! I'd
love
almost
that.
forgotten about doing this. So we used to do a race on Mario, a mini game on Mario Party, and I'd create a Mario Maker 2 course and show them and challenge JB to that course. So I guess if that's on something you're interested in, drop a comment and we can bring that back, because that really was back when we had about 15 subscribers. So that's maybe why we've not been doing these things quite so much. So if you feel interested in either of those concepts, you know, drop a comment and we would bring those back for you guys.
Yeah, or I guess if you want to look in the past of our channel, there could be a series that we've missed out or has got lost in the ether of our minds. So if there's any that you want to see us do an update video about, we will definitely do that. I'm just trying to think of any more now, but I don't think I don't think there was. I mean, there's Wee Wednesday, but I think I'd put that on hiatus until we found a way to properly screen record the Wii.
Yeah, I agree. So I feel like we'll move on to the next question. So my second question for you is, what part of the channel have you enjoyed the most?
Ooh. Okay, definitely the people that we've interacted with, like the community. And it's been such a prominent part. Like, when I think about the common thread of all our 200 subscriber specials, there's this podcast, which is about us reflecting. But there's also that Scurvy board game.
Yes.
And it's just really, like, put into my mind, like, if you can think about, if we didn't do the channel, you'd imagine that it would be, okay, so I guess that's 50 likes that they didn't get, or so many comments that they didn't get. But it's actually deeper than that. We wouldn't have met these amazing people.
I mean, I agree with you, and in a way I'm providing my answer as well in saying this. But your birthday, when I decorated part of our Animal Crossing island, and we had the coalition come over, we had Annalisa, we just invited some of the friends that we've made over, and it was just absolutely awesome. And to think that we probably wouldn't have celebrated your birthday half as much, and just doing that board game with Scurvy and staying on the phone for like an hour afterwards, it's just like an amazing community and just some amazing people that I kind of don't really know how things have panned out without, really.
Yeah, especially, like, I mean, even from the very start, like that first giveaway that you orchestrated on the island. Oh, it was amazing. We had Chris Arm, who gave us our third tour. We had Naira, who has an amazing Jurassic Park island.
Yes.
And that was the same thing very much in that maze that we all did. Like,
oh, that was so good. I remember screaming at that. Oh, it was...
and just
I'm
the
quite a
fact
vocal person.
that we've got so, not like comfortable, but it's such an open community that there's even been like episodes of this podcast, say, with Annalisa, who gave us our very first tour, and that was before they even had a channel. So it's like, this isn't just a channel showcasing like other YouTubers or anything like that. It's very much, it is literally what it says on the tin. It's us, JayBee and Milly.
I mean, it's definitely been a lot of personal growth for us. Like JB said in, the last question, that his first video had no audio because he didn't want to speak. And now here we are doing what's probably going to be an hour and a half podcast. And you can't shut him up.
There's nothing but speak. It's amazing.
Okay, so JB, your second question.
What Switch game that we have would you most like to make a video about for the channel that we haven't already?
Ooh. There aren't many, to be honest, that we play that we haven't featured on the channel. I guess the only one that I can think of is Hasbro Games Night. So that's a game that incorporates Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit and Risk. And JB and I take Risk so seriously. Like, when I start getting a bit cocky and arrogant, I physically grab JB's hand and make him wave every time I'm taking one of his countries. I'm an awful person when it comes to that. So I feel like it would very much just be like me having beef with JB, but it's fun.
No, I take that so seriously as well, and it's like I'm almost more animated on them than on some of like the older videos, because I like full on, like when I'm about to do an attack, I like give a full blown speech.
Yeah, it's like, right troops, come on, we've got this. There are 4 of them, and there may only be 2 of us, but we are strong.
Like, literally. And I could go on for like 5 minutes and just full on. Like, if we win the day, we will feast for eternity. Like, Scar or something.
Please drop in the comments asking us to do one of them, and we will get it out within 2 days, because JB is so funny when it comes to that.
Because I get too heated, I'll end up like knocking over the mic by accident. So what I would like to play that we haven't already on the channel is, I think I'm a bit worried to play it because it's a bit of a departure, but our kind of philosophy has been very much a case of, if it's on the Switch, it's fair game. But it would be the Lego, not Mario Kart, it would be Lego Harry Potter. Because we had such a good time in the early stages of quarantine playing that together on 2-player mode. What's funny?
I've just remembered that some of the stuff that we used to say playing it though, that's just like, I couldn't say that to you. Like, I'm editing out a little bit of language here, but JB somehow found a glitch in the game where he got stuck underground, and he was like, I need help. And I was like, yeah, you're a piece of garbage.
Yeah, yeah, but the fact that you said it is so like, I don't know, like, passionately. I was playing as Fang, Hagrid's dog.
Oh yeah, because JB is just like, it's like playing with your little boy, okay? Like, he's like my son, he really is. And just because he could change to be the dog character, the dog had no, like, literally couldn't do anything other than
dig.
Other than dig, he could do nothing, right?
Jump.
And obviously you need spells and stuff in Harry Potter. But like Looney Tunes over here decides that it's a good idea to just switch to being this dog at every opportunity and got himself stuck underground.
Oh, you're like, I need help. Yeah, you're a piece of trash. And we had to reset the level. Like, it wasn't just an easy fix. We had to redo it again.
I like fully reset the game. It's so annoying. Anyway,
it was a great time. It was a great time.
It was. Third question for you. What is your favourite game that was showcased on the channel?
Minecraft.
We haven't done that.
No. Oh, so that's so difficult because there's so many that there's games that I would rate higher than one. For example, I personally think that, what am I going to say now? Oh gosh. Okay, so I personally do find that I have a lot more fun, for example, playing Animal Crossing than Mario Maker 2, for example. What?
I love Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, I have more fun on Animal Crossing. But I think I couldn't choose one where it's just me playing by myself, even if you do prepare things for me. And as much as I do love Mario All-Stars and Pokemon Sword, I think it will have to be Animal Crossing because not only is it a great game, it's a fun game, and we've got so much to do in it, but also because it's the main thing that we both play together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seconding it. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's Animal Crossing. Like, obviously, you know, Mario Kart has maybe some of the best memories because, like, it was the first game we played together. It was the first game that, it was really my introduction to your little brother was playing that game. But Animal Crossing's just like, it's like our lockdown story, and we had a pretty good lockdown story.
It is amazing.
So, JB, what was your third question that you prepared?
Okay, so if we could screen record on the Wii, what game would you like to showcase on the channel?
That's a really good question. I kind of want to run over to our game cabinet now and take a look at what we have.
We've got lots. We have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Yes, okay, there's a few that would be funny because Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, JB bullies me because there's this ice skating kind of thing that you can do. And I physically, like, jump up off the sofa every time the character jumps. So you have to, like, flick the remote up to get them to jump. And I, like, go up at the same time and it just bullies me for it.
Yeah, but no, that isn't the funniest part. That I can understand. But you like full on like you like hunch over and you like land with it. So it's like you're trying to like make it so you're absorbing the shock from the impact.
Wii Sports is also quite funny when we play that because JB is awful at it.
I'm not.
I'm apparently 20 years fitter than he is. And he's like, oh, well, it just sides with all you lazy people out there. Like, you don't move. If you actually moved, you wouldn't get a good rating.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Like with Just Dance as well. I'm there, I'm breakdancing, I'm Gundam styling, I'm pirouetting. Like the game says, and you're there, stood in place like a weeping angel, completely unmoving, maybe just flailing your arms about a bit, and you got like 100% score. To me, that's not right. That's an injustice.
I also really like, I think it's called Wii Sing. I used to play it when I was little. It was so good. I love singing. But ultimately, my favourite game for the Wii was Mario Kart Wii.
I love that a lot. That was like the first game that I was so hyped for. Like I saw the trailer for before it came out, and I was like, oh. I got that excited straight after watching it. I fell asleep because I got too like hyped in the like. No, I was like jumping up and down. I was like clapping my hands because it just looked so cool. The remotes that was advertised with it, with like those wheels, it was so good. I think I just remember like sitting there like upstairs in like kind of conservatory area where the computer is, just like getting so excited. I had to
Fizzing off your chair and falling on the floor.
Fizzing off my chair. I had to like run downstairs and just have a nap. That's how excited I got.
You're the only person who I've ever met that's like, oh my god, I'm excited. I better go nap now.
No, because I got that. I used that much energy being excited that I exhausted myself.
I mean, what about you? What game would you say for the Wii?
Oh, I love what is it? Is it We Play?
Yes, I love that.
But more specifically, that tank game.
Oh, when we used to be like, right, corporal, come on, commander, and like, yeah, we were just.
Because it can either go one.
We're just such dorks.
It can go one of two ways. Either one, we're teaming up and it's quite a good co-op experience.
Or we decide to just ignore the rules completely and just go for each other.
Like. It's like Among Us, like with the amount of stuff we used to do, like shooting each other.
So, my fourth question for you, JayBee. What one of our videos for you is most memorable?
Videos?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a really, really difficult question. But I think, and this is going to be a bit of a cop out, and of course it's very outdated now with the amount of other things that we've done. But I think compiling that montage for the 50 tour special, just the fact that it was a real look back of all the tours we did at the time, and I just remember like getting emotional editing it, like, oh my gosh, so this is that scene, and it's almost like I wish that I could have just taken the full tour in their entireties and just play it as a massive 50-hour video of like all the 50 tours. That it was almost upsetting having to cut stuff out. But I think that would be the one that's more memorable. Obviously, maybe if I reflected now, it might change. But I think from the top of my head, that would be the one.
Interesting.
What about you?
I mean, I think it's really hard to say. Like, obviously, really, really early days of the channel, our first island tour with Annalisa was like, oh my gosh, we have 12 subscribers. How has this girl let us tour her island? Like, this is awesome, and it just seemed completely out of our league. And then from there, we've just done so many incredible island tours that I feel like it'd be impossible to pick one out of that kind of huge bunch. One video that, for me personally, was really good. We didn't have many subscribers, but it got a little bit of traction, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to say that for me, the most memorable video was when we did the Songs and Snakes podcast.
Oh. Holy cow.
I didn't know I was going to give that answer, but I do feel like it's probably that. Because I feel like you've just told me we got 7,500 views on one video, and I could be like, oh, wow, views, yeah, but no, back early days, I think that was my most memorable video.
I mean, I think it very much was our first, not proper video, but our first video where we kind of started to take things seriously. I mean, obviously, if you look back at the past, like there was like 5 or 10 more videos after that was just the same. But I think that was our pivot point for this. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It started with an amazing rendition of you singing The Hanging Tree.
I'm sorry, that was embarrassing. Oh, I can't believe I did that.
No, it was good. Do you wanna do it?
No, I don't.
It was amazing.
I don't know why I'm acting shy now, because I sing on literally every one of our videos. But just that I felt arrogant enough to sing the full song. I don't know why I did that.
It was fun. You should watch it. Like, I'll link it in the description. But it was so cool because like it was such an ominous, such a cool opening. That's a word I can manage. But like it was the Hunger Games Mockingjay sign. And yeah, it was just, are you
coming to the tree? They strung up a man. They say he'll murder 3. Strange things did happen then, no stranger would it be. Right, we just got JayBee singing on the channel for the first time ever.
But you masked
I
it.
am going to cut that out. And Annalisa, scurvy, check your inbox. That's coming straight to you.
No, but you drowned my voice out, so it doesn't matter. And to be fair, I think it's not a video that I would make nowadays. Because
I would. I loved it.
I would be scared of the lyrics of the song being a bit too edgy. So I guess.
Yeah, true. Like, because now you just cut out anything that's remotely kind of controversial. So to talk about a hanging tree is probably a bit too much for you.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you even cut me saying that out of the video.
Well, we won't. Because I'm a bit more lenient with podcasting, because it's like... Obviously, an island tour, you could have a child stumbling across that video, and I want it to be safe for them. Like, and if there is like an island with some gore on it, obviously have a warning, have like a disclaimer, or have something in the description. But I think I would be very impressed with a child who could sit down and listen to an hour-long podcast. So I'd assume that they would be a bit older. But then again, I listened to podcasts from a very early age. Like,
you used to fall asleep listening to them every night.
Yeah. Do you listen to any podcasts, or have you listened to any in the past?
I mean, honestly, we've recently been watching some Deji videos, right? And until we watched the one that he did with one of the Paul brothers, who was it? It was whoever KSI was fighting.
Logan Paul.
That one. So we watched a snippet of him on Logan Paul's podcast, and until that point, I'd never ever heard even a fragment of a podcast.
I guess that's technically not true, because we've watched some Breaking Bells together, but that's more visual. Like, we would do it for like visual things. But no, I used to be a podcast addict.
I feel like JayBee and I are like two different generations for all we're the same age. Like, I never understood YouTube. I just used it for music, whereas JayBee was like, ooh, boxing match banter and rivalries, and I'm just like, I don't get it. That's not what YouTube is. For me, YouTube was just music. So I didn't really get any of that sort of stuff in podcasts. Like I said, I was just really kind of general and basic with just like ooh, let's listen to Katy Perry. But no, and now I have a YouTube channel, so who'd have thought?
Oh, maybe that's why you were singing, because you thought to fit in with YouTube it'd have to be music related.
Yeah, maybe that's my singing thing. So, have I asked you for your fourth question?
No, I've been like meandering this conversation. So, do you have an idea for like a dream video that you'd like to make?
Okay, this is a tough one. Honestly, not really. At the minute, it's just kind of things are happening quite naturally, and we're not really coming up with many concepts. The concepts are more turning up, really. I guess for me, a video I would in fact really like to do is just going back to one of the earlier questions you asked me. Bring back Spinning Saturday Surprise and invite the coalition, invite Annalisa, maybe Naira and Jenna. Or Harley. Yeah, there's just so many people that we've got friends with from this that I don't want to miss anyone out. But I'd just invite them over to the island in turn, who could maybe just take it in turns to try and complete Spinning Saturday.
That's good. I've got two.
Ooh, tell me.
So one is just kind of a goofy one, because of like what I want it to parody. But you know, Annalisa's been making those. She made that video.
Incredible.
Yeah, that one of the Hercules song. Oh, that was amazing.
Again, link in the description, because she's amazing.
Yeah, link to channel as well. Link to video and channel, because you should all go subscribe to that. Like, genuinely, it's awesome. Like, it is brilliant. But I want to do one of them, but for this movie that I used to really love when I was little, called Help, I'm a Fish.
Oh God, is the next one going to be Howard the Duck?
No. Because there's one scene in that where there's this kind of nutty professor, or this like insane doctor, and he's in this like laboratory on the sea, and he sings like the catchiest song about drinking the potion to turn into a fish. And he goes completely manic in like this huge aquarium, And I'd want to go on Harv's Island, record a bit with like the fish tanks stacked on the walls. I'd want to record a portion of it in the museum. Like, it's like, isn't it amazing? Fantastic, fish-tastic, but true. Isn't it amazing? Dun, 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 dun. Like, and I don't know why, but I really want to make like a Animal Crossing parody of that, just like with me dressed up as them, just like prancing around the museum. I really want to do that.
And your second?
So it's a series, because if anyone like is watching this or listening to this that knows me in person, knows like my kind of first creative outlet or creative aspiration was to write something, and I get so lazy writing stuff. I have this idea and I really want to do it, and I'll write like 5 chapters and then I'll just get burnt out with it and I'll just go, oh no, this isn't working. So I'd like to make something that I know that I can produce and that I can have a medium for.
Oh, do you mean like you'd want to like write a story and do it as a movie?
Yeah, I'd want to like write a script, like fully scripted, fully like I guess stage directions, and incorporate it in Animal Crossing, like a full on like mini TV show or mini series set in Harv's Island, some on the island, and maybe get some like known or like better known voices to do some of the things. Like I could be one character. I'd maybe get Annalisa to be another character, or the Nintendo guru, like basically people that we know, or just reaching out to people in general to ask if they want like a little guest spot
Voice
on
acting.
it. And I'd just love to do that.
That would be really cool. So JayBee, you like to wind me up every day like, oh, I just don't know where the channel's going. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. Just because I love it, he likes to pretend that he's going to quit.
No, sometimes
I just think we should quit the channel just to upset me. Because he knows I couldn't do it without him. You do this every day.
Not on purpose. Sometimes
you do it every day. So my question for you, live on this recording, is what do you see as the future of our channel?
Well, so what's going to happen is I think we're going to get in an argument. We're going to branch off into a separate JayBee channel and a separate Milly channel. We're going to drop some diss tracks on each other and that's going to be the end of it.
As you just admitted, you're quite lazy with writing, so I don't think you're going to pull that off.
Yeah, I'll get C to write it for me. No, end goal. Honestly, I don't know, because for all it's easy to look at a number count and go, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I think that has been a more prominent thing now that we've started to grow a bit more. But if my highlight of the channel is the people that we've met, which it very much is, I guess it's meeting more people or getting to know the people we've met more. For example, a lot of this stuff is on recording, and it's very rare that we go out and do things off camera. So I've just started recruiting a group of people to play Among Us off camera just for fun, and I just think my end goal is to just keep doing things like that with people.
Yeah,
that isn't necessarily recorded or like scripted or planned, but it's just stuff that you would do with friends. So I think ultimately it's just to get into a position where it just feels like people that know us and it's like a friendly thing that we do.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that we could probably at least list 50 of our subscribers off the top of our heads and just tell you one fact about each one of them. And I feel like it's very much about that close-knit community, because predominantly we did Animal Crossing, and I think that's what it's about. Like, if you bear in mind we've got like 200 subscribers and we say we can name 50, we at least know a quarter of them, and I feel like that's really important.
Especially in like the comment section, because we've got regular commenters, which is nice.
Yeah, it is really nice. So JayBee, question 5 for you.
Oh, wait, so am I asking you this?
Yeah.
Okay, so what gaming YouTuber that we haven't collabed with would you most like to make a video with? Okay,
so I am not gonna lie here. I feel like the only gaming YouTuber that prior to the channel we religiously watched, and we literally watched one of their videos every day when we had dinner, we would watch one of Chase Crossing's island tours every day.
Yes.
And so just to do some form of video with him, like be it a podcast, or collab on an island tour, like we just walk around together and talk about what we think about some of the ideas. But yeah, I think that for ones that we've not done yet, they are top of my list.
That is awesome.
What about you?
Ooh. Okay, so there's this YouTuber that makes gaming content, obviously, and they're called, I think it's Scott the Was, and they make like I've primarily watched their reviews and their analysis on games and gaming franchises, and I'd really like to collab with them on a review of some sort, or a discussion a bit like the one we had before, like what's the future of this game, or what do you think the next installment's gonna be. I think in terms of them, the points that they have are usually quite good, they're articulated nicely, so I just think they'd be a great person to collaborate with.
So, question 6 from me is, Nintendo have obviously been making a lot of games for the Switch, and also branching out a bit more with Home Circuit, Lego Mario, all that sort of thing. What game or product would you most like Nintendo to create next for us to showcase on the channel?
So is that just a product in general?
It can be a game, like a physical cartridge. It could be some DLC. It could be, again, something more physical, like Lego Mario. What would you want?
So, like you said, they've already released Lego Mario in terms of box sets and stuff like that, but they make, or at least they facilitate, like Lego making games on the Switch. For example, you know, the Lego Harry Potter that we mentioned. They've done Lego Indiana Jones for the Wii. They've done ports of the Lego Marvel superheroes. I'd love an actual Lego Mario cartridge game.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing, because you could literally do anything with it. It would be fantastic.
I know you really wanted a cartridge for Home Circuit as well.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. So, what would you want Nintendo to produce?
Okay, so bit of a spur of the moment idea here. I'd not really thought this out. I want a physical copy of my island of Militopia on Animal Crossing.
Oh.
I want like Lego Animal Crossing, where you get a green patch that's your island, and then you get some tall bricks to terraform up. You have some staircases you can add on, almost like been able to kind of design your island before you go fully into crafting it as well, if you're unsure of some concepts. So yeah, I feel like that could be quite cool.
That is brilliant, especially if you could add that to like expansion packs such as Blathers and the Museum and stuff. Or even, I think they could do something really magical with that. Like,
do you know what I mean? You could get mini Lego houses to represent your villages, and you just map out how you want to design your island next before you do it. Because obviously once you start terraforming and you realise there's not enough space, you're like, oh, I've just spent an hour doing this. Whereas if you just had a few bricks of Lego, you could kind of do a miniature and it'd be quite cute.
And it would even be good, like, even though people look at Lego Mario, for example, and think, oh, that's just going to be something for kids or something that, like, they're going to want for Christmas. But if you think about the fact about, like you mentioned, how long terraforming makes in Animal Crossing on the Switch, it could almost be a way to plan your next island, or to plan out where things are going to go.
Or if you are tearing your island down to keep some kind of
like homage
copy of your original island. So JB, what was your 6th question for me?
So it's, if we made a second channel, what videos would you like to showcase on them?
Predominantly podcasts. Like I said, one of my favourite videos we did was the Songbirds and Snakes podcast, because I love reading so much. Like, honest truth here, JayBee and I collectively have somewhere close to about 4,000 books. I'd say that was a pretty accurate estimate, wouldn't you, JayBee? We are absolute addicts when it comes to reading. So I guess maybe something like that, like a review podcast of some books and stuff. What about you? What would your kind of second channel be?
Honestly, I don't know, because I do love books, and BookTube would be cool. Like, I've often wanted to make a full-on video showcasing all the first edition Stephen Kings that I've collected, but I don't know. It's that thing whereas, like, the thing that I'm still not comfortable with is full-on, like face cam things.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a weird person. But, like, I'd love to get into like travel vlogs.
Just to
If
be
we
able
could-
to travel.
If we could travel more, because I really want. There's so many places that I want to go to. Like I want to go to Hong Kong.
Bora Bora.
I want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go to that Universal
I
Studios
want
in
to go
Japan.
to Italy.
You know, with the Harry Potter
Ooh,
place
me
in.
too.
So there's just a lot of things that I'd like to do like that. So maybe travel.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to go on a quick break now. It's going to be maybe 5 or 10 minutes for us, but you guys will just go straight into the next part. So yeah, join us after the break.
Okay, guys, so we're back and we're going to start with question 7 for JB. So, what type of island theme would you most like to tour next?
I don't know, but I would like to see something based on a franchise that I like. For example, a Ghostbusters Island I think would be cool.
That could be fun.
I don't know. Maybe something a bit out of the box. Like one that I'd never think of. Like, if someone can make a Doctor Strange Island and find a way to like bring in the mirror dimension, or just the kind of twists and turns that they do, I think that would be awesome. What would you like to see?
I'm gonna say... I'm struggling here. Maybe a Stranger Things island. Divide it down the middle, have some symmetry either side. One's kind of dark, one's light. Have that kind of upside down vibe.
That would be cool.
I mean, I would say Hunger Games, but spoiler alert, in I think it'll be 2 days' time, we are dropping our island, which is the 75th tour we'll have done, and that is Hunger Games themed. But ultimately, that would have been what I'd have chosen otherwise.
I like that a lot. I think there's a lot to be done. Like, if there's anything that you can think of that you can make an Animal Crossing, I'd love to tour every island at some point. Every island in existence, I want to tour.
Me too.
That's my dream. Maybe that should have been like my goal. Every island I want to tour, every single one, and that's it. And then I can quit. I can retire in peace.
You cannot retire.
So, is this my question 7 now?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what movie or TV show, or just anything in general, like any other intellectual property, would you like to play a game based on?
Okay, so I am going to be... okay, I've got 2. And they're both a bit basic because I'm just a bit basic. So, growing up, I used to love the Harry Potter games for the PlayStation that were more like live action than Lego. I'd love it if they remastered them for the Switch and gave them some better graphics and stuff. And you had to like swirl the Joy-Cons to cast spells and mix potions, and that could be really fun. I'd love to do that. Also, you know how there's like that new Among Us game?
Oh yeah.
And you get put into kind of a space, and I'd like it if they created a Hunger Games thing where you all got put into different styles of arenas and you had like the other 23 opponents in there, and there was just that kind of game as well, because I love Hunger Games so much.
You see, there is a demographic for that actually. I remember years ago watching people try and do that on Minecraft, and it didn't really have that same vibe because obviously it's like little block people. It was a bit silly actually, but it was a cool concept to know that was a game that you could do it on. But if they released an official Hunger Games game, I think that would be really cool.
I would play that. So what about you? What kind of intellectual property would you like to see a game of?
I don't know. Oh, I'm just trying to think because I've got suggestions. There's that Harry Potter game coming out, but I don't think it'll be on the Switch. There's a Doctor Who game that is going to be on the Switch, which I'm excited for.
Ooh.
And I've played the Wii Doctor Who game before, but I can't think, like... There's so many things that I would like to play a game based on. Maybe it will be Doctor Who, but not in a linear story. It would be completely impossible to make this, but almost like a free play version, like
Where
a Mario Odyssey.
Oh my goodness, that could be perfect. Where you could almost have the central hub of the phone box, the TARDIS, and there was a button in there where you could literally just select what date you wanted to go to, and there was a world for it.
Yes. That's what I want.
Oh my god, that would be heaven.
Like, even if they didn't want to do a story, like, I know it's going to be difficult, and honestly, there's some horrific, like, things that have happened in the world that, like, I'm not saying, like, if you choose that date, go to a certain location, you can...
That could be a bit
like,
sensitive, couldn't it?
encounter unsavory characters and some dark parts of history, but if they just had a set, like, hub world for every year, or even a decade, if you want to pick in terms of decades, like, you know...
I've just had an amazing thought for this, okay? So, like JayBee said, we could have it as a free play mode, where you could go to one end of the TARDIS and you could just scroll to the time zone you wanted. But there could be another end to the TARDIS where there's some kind of almost fax machine style thing, and you keep getting notifications through like, oh, this event's risen on the 31st of October 1763, and then you run over to your little time machine and like select that date, and then you go over and you have a mission on that time. But then you also have a free play to go where you want, but you could do the missions as well.
Yeah. Oh.
I like that.
Because you could do so much of it. Like, obviously you can't predict the future, but there could be a massive dinosaur
I mean,
level.
that book 1984 predicted the future relatively well.
What? Because War is Peace.
No, it was just a good book that you never read. I tried reading it to him and he fell asleep. So in terms of the channel, what's been the most memorable moment for you?
For me?
Yes.
You asked me that.
When?
You asked me what my most memorable... Oh!
No,
you
I
asked
didn't.
me what
That
my
was
most...
video.
Oh, well, I don't know. Memorable moment.
You asked me that. No, I didn't. Oh, well, I don't know.
There's been so many. I guess... I don't know. Do you want to go first? Because I'm confused. Because there's been just so many, like... Obviously, when we hit 100 subscribers, after we did the podcast with Bobby, the Nintendo guru, that was brilliant. That was like a kind of moment where you're like, oh my gosh, this could actually become, you know, a thing. And then there's the first time someone approached us to do an island tour.
Yeah, that was always one of our big things. I think for me, perhaps one of my kind of memorable moments was when I screamed on Shunshao's tour, because it was kind of like, okay, I'm actually not editing who I am here. Like, this is actually going to be me now. Like, obviously, you know, when I went into this, I was trying to be a bit, you know, more well-spoken than I may have been ordinarily or something like that. And I just reached the stage where I screamed on this horror island tour. And I was a bit like, okay, so there's going to be no holds barred here. Like, it's completely me. There's no editing. And then we did a Bowser build as well, where it was a 4-hour Lego build, and I was just kind of losing it by the end of that video. And I just feel like those two videos particularly were just very much like a for a self-worth kind of thing, like a, you know, you are actually quite happy in who you are and you are just being you right now.
Like, we got delirious after, you know, like full on delirium set in. Okay, so I guess if I were to pick a moment then where I feel that things first started to go well, it would be, you know, that little comedy skit we did where we joined the channels, or that way we introduced
JayBee and Milly's wedding.
and we had a wedding on the old Militopia, and I just did that like voice.
I kind of want to watch that video just to see our old island.
Oh, it was so good because it was like, you are now gathered here today, JayBee.
To celebrate the union of
Milly,
JayBee
Milly.
Patel and Milly.
And
then it was like, you can now kiss the bride, and I ran around the entire island like, no!
It was really fun. I love the video. That
It
you know
was
what? I
so
do
good.
like that video a lot.
We need to watch that again. So, JayBee, your 8th question.
Sorry,
That's not a question.
I'm stretching. Okay. So, how long do you see us making videos for?
For as long as there's content that we want to feature. Like, as long as, you know, the creators of the world keep like pushing out good books for us to do podcasts on, new Nintendo games that we're really passionate about, new DLC on Animal Crossing. Just as long as there's stuff we want to do, we'll keep doing content, I think. What about you?
I guess forever. No, Well, maybe forever. Well, obviously nothing happens forever because one day I'm gonna pass away. But honestly, I think the second it becomes more miserable than fun, because obviously the only reason why you do it is if it was happy or if it gave you a good time. And a lot of the videos give me a good time. Like every island tour, it's just so much pleasure
Yeah.
seeing what people do. And even though there's editing, there's thumbnails, and there's SEO to think about, and some of that might get a bit miserable, but it's overshadowed so much by the happiness that comes
Do you know
from the
what?
video overall.
I think it's also very much like the people sort of thing. Like right now, with there being lockdowns kind of all over the world, we're spending quite a lot of time with the people that we've met, like just chilling out online with Scurvy, with Piffer, with Annalisa. And it's kind of like when lockdown's over, is everyone still going to have the same time? Are we going to still manage to have the same fun?
That's actually quite a
And
sad
so
part.
that could kind of be a defining factor as well. But I do think that very much as long as Nintendo keep making good content, we will too.
So forever then, or the closest for forever then. If we have an overly charismatic child, they can take over.
So
They could be baby.
yes, you
Yes,
finally getting
yeah.
baby! Woo!
Okay,
Because
so
he initially wanted, so his brother C's recently joined the channel, and our nickname for C, well, everyone's nickname for C in the family, we all call him Baby. And so because JB is JayBee, he wanted to call his brother BAYBE for baby and have it like the JB spelling. And his little brother, who, well, I say little, his little brother's like 16, was like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm too cool. And so we compromised and he got C with a double E at the end. But kind of on that topic, JB, my next question for you is if you'd have chosen my alias, what would I have been called? So obviously I'm Milly now, and your mum kind of nicknamed me Milly when I met her. What would you have called me for the channel?
ooh, I don't know. No, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I guess you could like come at it with like an angle, or if I'm JB, like I wanted to incorporate that similar trend with C. So maybe I could call you like Millie or Milby or something. I don't know.
Milby.
But I think I don't know. Maybe okay. So this is gonna sound cringy, and C's bullied me for it. But obviously, because we're engaged.
Oh, Fifi, like
yeah.
but like for your spelling, like FEE, like
Yeah.
Fifi.
So if I was the JB channel, it's okay now. Get introduced to JB's fiance Fifi, and so I don't know if I were to
Okay.
choose, or if I'm happy with Millie. So, but if I were to like
You could
have
have
to
fooled
change
me.
it, then I don't know. JB and Fifi sounds kind of cute.
Okay, well, my reverse of that, my name for you would have been Stinky. It's been my nickname from you from about day one of our relationship. Your nickname's been Stinky. I remember telling your dad, like the first time I met JB's dad, we'd all gone out for a meal together and we were just talking about nicknames that we had for each other. I don't know how we got onto that subject. And I was like, oh, well, I've always, called JB Stinky. And his dad nearly choked on his drink. He was laughing that much.
He was like, "Oh, well, that's a very apt nickname."
Yeah, like his mum wasn't quite as impressed, but his dad and brother thought it was brilliant.
Oh, see, I want to make a video of my dad, but you would never do it.
So, JB, what was your ninth question for me?
Oh, we're on ninth already.
Yes, we are.
Holy cow. Okay, so what game have you played on another console that you'd like to see ported or remastered on the Switch?
Ooh, that's a really good one. Okay, so this is a bit dorky, but growing up, I used to love cooking games. I was obsessed with cooking. I used to do cooking competitions. I entered Junior Master Chef when I was younger. I used to love cooking that much.
Did you get in?
No. But I did win like lots of local cooking competitions. Hey! And I used to want to be a cooking teacher as well. I was like obsessed with it. And one of my favourite DS games was like Imagine Cooking or Imagine Dream Chef or something
Imagine
like
Dragons.
that. And so it'd probably be that game. What about you, JayBee? You're laughing at me. What collection of your dork games would you bring over?
Okay, so I've mentioned in the podcast we just see that I want to see
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl,
And
Zelda Spirit Tracks.
You are very predictable, darling.
But I think I really want to be able to play and screen record Spore on Nintendo Switch. Like, obviously, I would like them to build it from the ground up because those graphics are slightly outdated now. But if they did it in the same engine as Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey or even Pokemon Sword, I would love that. Like, I love playing Spore so much.
I suppose on the vibe of PC games like Spore, my two favourites are JoJo's Fashion Show and Sims 2. I love playing them, I do that.
See, I could get into Sims if it was on the Switch. Because it seems like something I'd be interested in, just being able to build things.
It's very similar to Animal Crossing, really, in terms of building.
I like building. I want to build a bear. That's what I want to do. Like, one thing I'd love to do on the channel
is build a bear.
But to keep it on topic, I'd want to build the kind of Nintendo bears like Pokemon.
I thought you were gonna say that you'd want to get one with the sequin orange suit like JayBee, and we could have our little bear replicas of ourselves.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay, JayBee. My very last question for you on this podcast is, what's your advice to anybody starting YouTube?
I guess, because I don't pretend to be a YouTube expert. If anything, I think I'm slightly incompetent. But I think if I were to, like, spit some truth now... What? What?
Just Alexis you use is amusing.
I guess... Don't be snobby with your own content. And what I mean by that is... Try your best to not be ashamed of a video you've made or to get disheartened because some things aren't going your way. And an example of that is stuff that I'm personally experiencing as a creator on the platform right now. And I don't know, it's because the Mario Kart Home Circuit video, the one that we did outside where we kind of tossed it down the stairs, we drove it outside, we were basically goofing off, and it took about 2 minutes to edit, but that video now, like I say, is sitting at 7.5 thousand views now.
Whereas we had those episodes right at the beginning that you were talking about of Spinning Saturday Surprise, which we feel was really good content, and it was a lot of editing, and they still sit at about 20 views each, don't they? Yeah,
if that. And so it's like, it can weigh down, and sometimes in myself, even though I love making the home circuit videos, I'm a bit like, okay, I can go on an island tour that I adore, I can put an hour and a half into editing it, I can put time into making the thumbnail, doing the tags, promoting them, speaking to the creator, and it will take maybe a full day's work. Or, for example, I can stay up till 8 AM with no sleep to record the Crown Tundra and it will get no views. Or I can throw a Mario Kart thing down the stairs and get 1,000 views in a day. And so I guess you have to think about it, like, if you can think of something out of the box to do that no one else is doing, then do it, because it might give you 5 subscribers, 10 subscribers. You might not be sat with yourself at the end of the day thinking, I've made something amazing, I've made something that's transformative. But if those 5 people happen to stumble across a future video that you are more proud of or that you did put more work into, then I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that very much.
So that's what I'd say. Like, even though I'm not by any means an expert, I would just say anything you can do that's out of the box that you enjoy doing at the end of the day, just go for it, because you don't know, like, you never know what video is going to blow up, what video is going to be successful. You might have an idea and think, no one's going to watch that, it's stupid.
But do it for you.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, the stuff that we're recording and putting out, we'd pretty much be doing anyway.
I mean,
just do it for you, like.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it will come across because you could just make a video that you're not passionate about. You could think to yourself, okay, I guess if I throw this Mario Kart thing down the stairs, it will get views. But I think because it was a video that we wanted to do, like we didn't know it was going to get views when we made that first one, and yet it still did well. It was more liked than disliked. We got subscribers from it. And I feel that if we were just doing it as a corporate thing of, okay, let's do this for views versus this is just fun, this is what we do normally, I don't think we would have got the subscribers from it. So yeah, as long as you're doing what's in your heart, I think you can't go wrong.
And so, JayBee, what is your final question for me?
Oh, my final question is, if YouTube was shutting down and we could only make one more video, what would you want that video to be?
Ooh.
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 Tension.
I'd want it to be... I'd want a big podcast with some of the people that we've got really close to. Again, I've mentioned them so much in this episode, but I'd want Scurvy, I'd want Tifa, I'd want Annalisa, have them all over onto the island, just go through the stuff, like have a bit of a montage of some of our best moments with them, reflect on our channel. Obviously other people, there's Naira, there's Harley Q, there's Jenna. Almost have just mini sections of a podcast where we have some of our kind of closest people from the channel just go through some memories with us.
I think that would be awesome.
I mean, what about you? What would your last video be?
See, it's difficult because I'd like to do that, but there's also a lot of people that I'd want to include that if they're making their last videos as well, they'll be busy, like
True.
Nintendo Guru, Holly Crossing, Poke Crossing, Console Kato, Beardo Benjo, like amazing people that I'd love to have included, but obviously they'd be busy if like everyone was scrambling to make a kind of fitting finale. So, I don't know. It could be that we get to a stage where the most powerful video to make is no video and just work on consolidating all those relationships so that they continue on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, a part of me wants to just fully round it up, and the first video we made on this was Mario Kart. And so to get people, maybe do a tweet out a week in advance saying this is the time we want to play multiplayer Mario Kart with you guys. And if we all just do one big Mario Kart Grand Prix with everyone that we've interacted with, I think that would be amazing. Because not only is it the community, but it also brings the channel full circle.
Well, thankfully, guys, this isn't our last video. We have so much more incredible content that is going to be launching on this channel. As we've given some kind of hints and tips at during this video, we have our very own island tour dropping on this channel in a couple of days. Also today we should have had that incredible 200 subscribers special tour with Scurvy, who made an amazing board game on their island. So much more. We are again testing the durability of Mario Kart Home Circuit. We are doing Mario versus the wall, Mario versus sand, and Mario versus water in the next week or so. So make sure you subscribe for that. Please like this video, it does mean so much to us, and also comment below anything that you've kind of heard in this video that appeals to you. For example, we talked about bringing back Spinning Saturday Surprise. If you'd like to feature on that, you know, drop us a little comment. Anything else that you'd like to see us do that was new on the channel, please drop that in the comments. We're always open to trying new things. And so please don't be shy. JayBee is amazing with this kind of social side of things. He tries to reply to every comment that you guys drop. So please like, comment and subscribe.
JayBee and Milly.